Happy Homebrew Wednesday, everybody. Finney here from Finney's Homebrew Emporium. Coming at you probably a week late. I just had so much going on last week with the year-end, financial year and all that sort of crap. I didn't get around to it. But first up, we have beer. Zane, the rookie brewer, dropped in the other day and brought me one of his first all-grain brews, the Kiwi Pale Ale that he did. So the Kiwi Pale Ale is one of my kits that is part of our partial mash range. It's just an easy drinking pale ale with Nelson Sauvin and Southern Cross. So when he wanted to do his first all grain, he went with the KPA, and we just swapped out some of that extract for some malt. And so this is it. So here we go, Zane. Good hiss. And if you can get this. So it's a lovely sort of coppery golden colour. There's a couple of the wee bits floating around, but this is homebrew. It shouldn't be, brewery perfect. Just a wee bit hazy, but these things will come. You should see my IPA I'm just about to dump. I have no idea what happened with it. I mean, it's cloudy, but I've done beers without findings before and they've been cloudy, but this is like cloudy, like ridiculous. I don't know if I dare put up a photo of it. It's just no idea what's happened there. I was using a new malt, but whether it's that or not, it was a crystal wheat, but potentially that is causing a bit of the issue as well. But and unfortunately, I think I caked it and find it when I caked it, hoping that it would sort of drop out and drop clear, but it doesn't seem to be. But I think the kegs also had a leak because it now tasted oxidised. So what a nightmare. So that was supposed to be for the competition on Friday. So luckily I've got a spare in the shop. I tried a partial mash kit for an IPA, so we'll see how that one's tasting, and then if that one's any good we'll take along. If not, we'll have to draw a blank, which is a shame. But anyway, on to this. So I should be getting the Sauvin and the Southern Cross through on the nose, which it is. It's coming through. It's not overly hot, but a good level for a pale ale. Yeah, and tastes pretty good. Real easy drinking pale ale. Nice easy bitterness. Nothing over the top. Pretty good. There's a little bit of a tang in there. I'm getting something, but honestly I have the worst palate in the world, so that's why I've almost stopped doing beer reviews on this, because I'm just useless. But yeah, nice one, Zane. Good work for your first all grain. My first all grain, I managed to set fire to a table and overshot my gravity by 10 points. So my easy drinking Kolsch was 6.6% bear moth, and but still drank really nicely. You can have a look what I've just been doing. If I can unhook it from this thing. I'm just cooling down at the moment. I don't know if you see that in there. Try and get the colour of it. It's my version of a dry West Coast IPA, but a red one. So try and get it back on the stage. But anyway, so I did this a couple of weeks ago. Well, sorry, about a month ago, and used Eldorado and Nelson Sauvin, and it tasted pretty good actually. It looked real nice in the glass. So what I'm just doing is almost a bit like in Stones with their Arrogant Bastard, using like base malt and a single other specialty malt. So I'm just using Gladfield Ale malt and the Gladfield Shepherd's Delight malt with a bit of acidulated, just to bring that pH down, just to get that real redness. But I don't want any of the sweetness that comes with trying to get your beers red. So using Shepherd's Delight, it's very dry, slightly, and it's got its own sort of bitterness as well, so that'll help with that West Coast feel. But then hopefully I'll get a nice dry IPA, but it'll look really nice and red. So by the looks of it, it's dropping clear, which is good. after that, it'll cool for about another hour or so, and then we'll get it into the wee carboy and get him pitching. So, this time I used Amarillo and Citra, because why not? You know, go with what you know. So, yeah, looking forward to trying that. Actually, should be good. And if it's any good, I might chuck it into the Beer Varna competition that's up in Wellington at the end of August. It'll be nice and fresh for that. So, what's going on? We've got the Clone Wars is coming up next month, at the end of August. So the beer that we're trying to clone is Pot Kettle Black. So I'll be trying to brew one of those probably next week. And I'm going to sneeze. Ooh, bit of mop dust. And as I mentioned, Friday night is the club meeting, and that's the IPA competition night. So I don't expect to win it anymore, because the one that I did in the shop's probably not as aromatic as it needs to be, and the one at home is just crap. So it's annoying I didn't save 2 more of those red West Coast ones I did before, because they were quite good. And then obviously Beer Varna is coming up end of next month, and of course the SJ Pour swap for New Zealand's coming up. So it's been really cool to watch all the American stuff going on, and congrats to all the regional winners in America. I think they've finalised yesterday. So yeah, well done, and well done to all those hub people, all the ones that are organising this. It is a huge task to organise this amount of case swaps. So well done, guys. We're obviously proud to be a sponsor as well. So yeah, next time. Well, no, next time. Well, next time we'll probably sponsor it again anyway. But yeah, we're looking forward to the New Zealand case swap. I think I've just got to go with my ESB that I brewed. I was going to potentially put a Berliner Weiss in, but I think it's just too short a time period now to get it done. I was doing a test batch, that's what's sitting in the corner over here. But I don't think I'm going to get to taste this in time to then rebrew, since it's only 6 weeks away. But maybe next year. So there's a couple of videos from redoing the Berliner Weiss onto the pineapple that it's now sitting on, and a few other bits and bobs that I've got that I filmed from last week that I'll put on the end of this. But until next week, enjoy your brews, and we'll catch you soon. Come and visit us at the shop, because it's lonely. Cheers, see you, bye bye. Just catching up with a couple of things we've got going on at the moment. Behind me I've got, this is a Pilsner I did a while ago, but still quite cloudy, so I'm probably going to fine it before racking off the yeast and then starting to lager it for a bit. I've also got my sour mead, which now it's back on the heat pad is bubbling away nicely, so that's going alright. It's quite hard to get a sort of sample and find out what the gravity is, but it's going on alright. And then, today, try to prevent light strike with that. This is the Berliner Weiss I did a couple of weeks ago. So, it's fermented out. So, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to bottle up 2 bottles of just the straight Berliner Weiss, but then I'm going to rack it onto some pineapple. So I'm going to cut up possibly like half a kilo and move that on and see what is it. I was listening to a podcast the other week where the guy said that's what he does. So and the guy drinking the beer certainly thought it was good. So yeah, I'm going to get into that. So I'll do that in a minute. I've not started the special brew this week. It's Tuesday today, but I've had some other bits and bobs to do the last couple of days, so I'm a bit behind on that. But the ingredient was bacon. I don't have it, it's in the fridge. But what I'm going to do is fry it first. So the idea I've sort of got is to do like an ale, just like a a nice sort of malty ale with just a bittering dish and nothing else. But my ideas behind the frying of the bacon is just, you know, get that caramelization going, and sort of draw out some of the fat, obviously, that's in the bacon as well, because I don't want, you know, all that fat going into the beer, although some will probably help with the fermentation. But so the idea was then is to use the fat that gets left in the pan and just like fry some like 200 grams of base malt with that, just, you know, until it starts to change a bit of colour, add a bit of colour and all the rest of it. I'm just hoping that those juices sort of get picked up, and the aromas and stuff sort of add into the bit of the base malt, and then, you know, add the base malt in to the rest of it, and I'm going to use the caramelised bacon then in the boil, in the last part of the boil. So it could be interesting to see how it all sort of pans out. But for now, I'm going to get on with chopping up my pineapple and getting this Berliner Weiss moved onto the fruit. So stay tuned, and hopefully I'll get some footage of that. Cheers. Alrighty, so I've got my chopped up pineapple, and yeah, I could warm them up to sort of try and sanitize with it, but because this beer is already alcoholic and very acidic, I'm not too worried about other things that are going to be, you know, a lot of this is from the inside, it's very fresh, and there's not going to be too much growing on there, and there's, you know, not much there, so I'm just going to get this straight into the fermenter. I've just sanitized my hands, so you can see they're just like about 1 centimeter chunks, which are very slippery and taste great because I sneaked a couple. So I'll carry on getting this in here, and then we'll get to racking this beer across. Okay, I've just transferred the beer down to here. You can see the pineapple lumps in the bottom. I thought I filmed it, but obviously didn't press the button. So we've got a little bit of a taster in the glass. So I guess we'll have a taste. Amazing colour, it's really light. Ooh. Still real light. Ooh. It's got a nice tartness. That's a pretty good base. If this comes through as I hope it will, could be onto a winner. Good stuff. It needs to improve on the nose a bit though. It definitely has that sour base and a bit of tartness, but it's really refreshing. I mean, it's quite it's probably been sitting at about 10-12 degrees because it's been cold overnight, and that, you know, it's definitely really light, really fresh. I'm looking forward to seeing how that one goes. Rightio, so we've got 200 grams of bacon, which is streaky bacon. It doesn't seem to have a great deal of fat on it actually, which is great considering it was bargain bin stuff. But I've not put any oil in the pan. It's mainly because one, it's a stone grill pan anyway, so it shouldn't stick. But I don't want to introduce any more oil than I sort of have to. So I'll probably have to fry this up in a few lots, but hopefully we get to extract some of the fat out of it, and the shop will smell great. I don't know if you can see in there, but I don't know, it must be good bacon, but there's no oil coming out of this at all. It's just we're getting some of these sort of, see if it will focus on it. can see that, and like a bit sticks to the bottom, because it's stone grill, you just sort of wipe the surface and it sort of comes off. But so we're getting the caramelisation which I was after, but yeah, it's not much in the way of oil, so I may have to forego the frying of the base one. Oh well, we'll soldier on though. What beer-soaked bacon butty's going to be like? I'm going to have to try it, you know that. The bacon. So I think we'll add it slowly just in case it starts to boil up on it. It starts to react with it, which doesn't look like it's doing. These good bits. Looks like it's just going to knock it off the boil for a little bit, but it will come back pretty quickly. And then, when we're finished, might fish out those bits and have a nice bacon butty. Be pretty good. It's not what you see every day in your beer when you're brewing. Bits of bacon just bubbling to the surface there. So, I've got my bread ready. We'll see what it tastes like after being there. Here we are the morning after, and as you can see, plenty of activity going on. And it's sitting at about 20, which is great for this sort of yeast. It will give a bit of extra fruitiness from the yeast. And so, yeah, all looking pretty good. Check that out.